I hunt to fill my heart. I hunt to fill my spirit with everything around me. I love the challenge that bow hunting brings. It's not easy. This is an animal, the mountain goat, that you have to respect, way above timberline, where there's very little vegetation. It doesn't really migrate during the course of the year. It survives the winters. When you're walking amongst a diverse landscape, one out of balance leap, one wrong step could cost you your life. It's a survivor. It lives at the top.
Western Extreme, brought to you by Bowtech Archery, refuse to follow. Can-Am, the facts say a lot, but the ride says it all. Irish Setter Boots, the hunt never ends. Shell Rotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you.
This bow right here is my Old Faithful. I shot this bow last year. Got her all tuned up with a new set of strings. So we're just doing our final sight in right now. Getting our left, right all the way out with our bubble level. And remember, the bows shoot a line, but it won't shoot a straight line 90 degrees off the riser. And so the further we're shooting out, the more likely we are to shoot a little bit left and right. So we're getting our balance all the way out in order to make sure that we can shoot out to our effective range. But again, we're gonna have a lot of wind this week, but I wanna be able to have this bow sighted all the way out, way downtown, in case I have to make that shot. Remember, we're in British Columbia and we're goat hunting. One of the things I need to do before every hunt is I need to shoot. I need to build my confidence level. I need to know my real effective range, that my bow is completely tuned, that I'm up for the task. Repetitive shooting at distance definitely makes you more effective out in the field. It allows me to really look at the challenges in front of me, whether I'm gonna have to make really advert angles downhill or uphill, how I'm gonna palm the bow differently, how I'm gonna be able to make those effective shots. I really believe that I owe it to the animal to be as effective as I possibly can. I don't take that lightly. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of training in order to be able to master a hunt like this with a bow and arrow. You know, Kip, I think one of the most difficult tasks we're going to have this week, you know, picking our stalks. Obviously, it's a long ways up. You just never know when the big billies are going to appear. We just got to keep behind the glass and keep looking and see what comes up.
We'll keep glassing and keep moving here while the goats are up feeding. And
I like being at the bottom of the basin right here and being able to glass up into the draws, you know, so that we're not making a bunch of stalks, have to save some of our boot leather for the right time, find the right goat before we start.
You want to save your energy for the right goat for sure.
Yeah. We're in a big horseshoe bowl, and behind us, up on this rock slide, we've got at least 7 or 8 goats spotted with 2 billies. We're just trying to make a strategy and a plan. We're going to have to basically walk all the way up that rock draw and try to get above these goats, and we've got one really good billy.
Yeah, the highest one looks by far, just by the body mass, looks like the big one in the group. So
we're going to pack all of our stuff together and we're going to get after them. One and done. Your first strike is always your best strike. When I'm climbing, when I'm exerting myself at this level, I set goals for myself. I don't stop until I reach them. I can't really start the hunt until I'm on top. I'm wondering whether all of this hard work is eventually going to pay off with the opportunity to potentially stalk the mountain goat, knowing that this is one of the hardest challenges that I've ever been on. You know, a lot of high mountain backcountry hunts, a lot of people are intimidated by them. And if you read enough magazines, you watch enough television, A lot of guys will make you believe that you got to be totally fit, but if you're mentally prepared and you're mentally tough, 10 steps, 10 breaths, take a man anywhere. I don't want to encourage everybody, no matter if you're on that whitetail hunt and you're pre-season scouting and you're looking for a buck and you need to walk a property, or if you're elk hunting and you don't want to climb that hill, you're just breathing hard, and you're gonna live through it. It's okay. It's good to breathe hard. You'll challenge yourself and you'll enjoy the hunt, and it'll be much more rewarding than when you originally planned on being. When I'm taking a really hard challenge like this, when I've walked all the way to the top, I can't describe the way that I feel. The fact that I'm hunting in a place where very few people have ever looked. The animals that live there most likely have never even seen a person. I feel very accomplished when I'm exerting myself at this level. And I would have never taken this journey if it wasn't to spend time with a mountain goat. We got a really good billy spotted, but I think it's absolutely impossible to get to him. I've looked at it for the last half an hour and cannot come up with a plan without some rappel gear and some tackle to be able to get to him. So this particular billy was in an impossible place. We had two choices. We could either wait it out for him to walk into another bull, or we could hike down off the mountain and look into another drainage. We decided we were going to hike off, regroup, look at some other good places on the map we thought we could walk into, get some grub, and go back up. I think out of all of the North America species, definitely one of the most challenging, a mountain goat with a bow. Got a big billy spotted. Back up over here with another family group. It's off in a slide. We got another little billy down here on the right hand side, and another one that needs a couple more years before he's really a target, but we've got one really big one there at the top. So got about 5 hours of travel time. Throw the packs on, go after it. Tiff, all I can tell you is if we get up there and a grizzly bear attacks us, I will protect you with this. When you're planning a hunt like this, you definitely have to have the right gear. And at the top of the list, your foot gear. Because if you don't have the right boot on your foot, it's impossible for you to hunt to your full potential. Having a good pair of boots that are broken, that are waterproof, that have a good sole, the proper support, the right tread on the bottom of them so that they really grip the ground depending on the land that you're hunting on. We're going to be walking in and out of these rocky draws. One wrong step, one out of balance leap could cost you your life. A little bit out of our effective range, but if we wanted to be able to shoot those, if it was a targeted billy, we might be able to get it done. But it was a nanny and a kid. It's really good to see the population growing up in here, and there's lots and lots of goats, so we're excited about what we're going to see. We're almost summited at the top of the mountain here, which we've been waiting to do all day long on our mighty hike, but we're almost to the top where the hunt really begins. I shoot over 10,000 arrows a year, not just for fun. I work to master the shot. So here's 3 tips that you can do to help you shoot the X-ring. Well, the first lesson is pin gapping. So let's say you have a deer target at 27 yards, but I only have a 20 and 30 yard pin. So how do I make the perfect shot? Go ahead and divide the animal into thirds. Focus on the top of the lower third. It'll give you the best blood trail. It's at 27 yards. So go ahead and fractionalize between your 20 and your 30 yard pin. And then once you've done that, focus where your 20 yard pin is actually held on the animal. Focus on that point so that you can hold left, right, and up and down. Go ahead and fire the arrow. and you'll shoot an X. Tip number 2. This is an important one, pin blockage. After shooting hundreds of animals on camera, I noticed that when an animal's broadside and its head is facing to the right, most likely I'm going to shoot them too far back just due to the fact that the pins have blocked my field of view. And when the animal's head is facing to the left, I can put it in the crease, be able to see more, and I put them right in the spot. So use a little mental aiming and practice. Tip number 3, never hit a branch again from a tree stand or on the ground. You'd range find the target, it's at 30 yards, and you see the branch, it looks like it's in the way at 20. Put the 30-yard pin on the target, look up at your 20, and if it clears the branch, it'll miss it clean and you'll hit the X ring. Really close where we saw the billy this morning. It took us 8 hours to climb the elevation to get here. Now we just gotta pay really close attention, figure out where this billy is, how we can get a stalk on him. We're looking for our gift.
Yeah, you can see it's big billy.
Yeah, big one.
Wide.
That right there is as big as.
That's as big as they
big
get.
burrow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like that track looks like a burrow track, really.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that it's that size.
Yeah. No, it's billy for sure. And then there's some hair over here.
There's a goat hair right here, starting to fall off from their summer. Man, this billy was here. This track's new.
Brand new.
Probably just a few hours old.
Yeah.
So let's hope we don't blow him out.
It's a good day.
Mountain goat hunting is not a joke. It's an extreme challenge. And many times you have to be above them. And they live at the top. I'm really excited to be able to rise to the occasion. And at the end of the day, all I can ask for, all I can work for, is that one opportunity to go head to head, one-on-one, with a mountain goat.
You know, spending time with these mountain goats over the last few days has given me a lot more respect for them. Just where they live, you know, above timberline with very little feed during the course of the year, got to endure the winters. And then they have such sure footing. I mean, they walk out on these rock ledges with one slip, you know, they would fall to their death. It's just one of those animals, it's just magical. True mountain hunting. It's extreme challenge. And even if you're not successful, just being up here and being around them and getting to see this and having these memories and getting to share these stories is what this hunt is all about. This is the ultimate challenge, in my opinion, the ultimate challenge with a bow and arrow here in North America.
It's so rugged. It's so vast. It's breathtaking. It just has so much adventure built into the hunt. And when I have that bow in my right hand and I'm climbing up with a very rare tag, with the challenges that are set in front of me, there's no other place that I would rather be.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the day right there. We're looking at a bunch of nannies and kids. Our Billy has eluded us, which sucks. So I'm gonna go back to camp, try to build a fire so we don't freeze our guts out.
We knew on this hunt that we wanted to be extremely mobile. We really didn't pack much. We went light. We didn't bring any sleeping bags, so we were just basically gonna snuggle up underneath a limb somewhere and try to stay warm. As the sun starts to go down, I really reflect on how I got here. What's inside me that motivates me to exert myself and to want to or need to go on these challenges. I tossed and turned all night long with the anticipation of waking up in the morning and getting to do it all over again. Being able to climb up into these remote valleys, it can be challenging with every step. There are many obstacles that I have to overcome this week. I have to contend with the terrain. I have to contend with the wind and being able to shoot out at distance when the shot presents itself. And that potentially could be the most difficult challenge that I have to face. This week, we're after a mountain goat. Probably one of the most difficult animals in all of North America to be able to hunt with a bow and arrow. And we're doing it in one of the most vast reaches of British Columbia. We've got these goats right in front of us right now. We're just trying to pick out the billy.
This one's laying with its head down on the ground still.
We've got a billy spotted, bedded underneath a tree. The only problem is he's not in a really good stalking position, so there's a bunch of nannies above him. We have to get through the nannies in order to get the right wind. So we're gonna loop around and see if we can get on top of him. It's gonna be a poke. I don't know if it's within our effective range right now, but we've got little to no wind, so we can shoot a little bit further than normal. This is gonna be good.
Billy, right over the hill here, about 100 yards.
All right, dude, let me sneak through here. I've done everything right. I've scouted, I've made the journey up the hill, I've played the wind, and I've got myself undetected right above the goat. I'm gonna be able to draw the bow and go one-on-one with a mountain goat. Everything that I've worked for comes down to this one shot. There's just something magical that I love about using my own force to draw the bow, to shoot something so precisely, adjusting the sight all the way down to make one of the longest shots that I've ever made. Looking through the peep sight, relaxing the right side of my body, pulling against my front and back arm to create tension, allowing the pin to physically set, bubble leveling, aiming with my right eye, watching with my left, and when the pin finally settles, focusing until the bow goes off. Dude, we got him. We got him. Dude, we shot him in the spot.
Long shot, but you got it done.
Oh my gosh, bud. Oh, dude, that is a mountain goat with my bow. A mountain goat with my bow. A mountain goat with my bow. Oh my gosh, guys, this is just such an amazing challenge. I mean, we are literally on top of the world. We made a 6,000 vert, you know, to be able to get up here and to make it happen. And you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, you know, you get up here and you could blow them out. They could wind you. You know, you never see them again. Guys, Kif and I have been buds for the last, I think, 7 years. Our very first bear hunt that we did in British Columbia, we saw 57 black bears in like 5 days. We were able to capitalize on 2 of them. We've grizzly bear hunted. We've goat hunted. We spent a lot of time together, and the #1 guy that I would want to hunt with in British Columbia is definitely Kif Colbert, and we just got it done, dude.
Congratulations.
Oh, that was awesome. I want to do that again. Well, here we sit with one of the greatest trophies in all of North America, the greatest bow hunting challenge I think I've ever been able to accomplish, and I did it with good friend Kif Colbert. Thank you very much, Kif. I really do appreciate it. We're going to be hunting the BC Slam together and shooting all kinds of the animals here. Just British Columbia has a lot of resource, some animals that are really difficult to obtain in other places, and it's rugged, it's remote, it's beautiful, it's vast, it's breathtaking. Canadians are spoiled, stinking rotten, I'm telling you. All of the animals that they're able to pursue every year,
And here we sit with a mountain goat with a bow and arrow. If you'd like to take the next step and go on the ultimate hunting adventure, come up into the high country and hunt a mountain goat or a bighorn sheep or a moose or a black bear, this is definitely the place to get it done. Remember, BC Trophy Mountain Outfitters. They have a Facebook page. They also have a web address, or you can look them up with the phone number and give them a call. Kevin Bracewell will help you out. Again, the ultimate adventure here in British Columbia. I want to thank you so much for joining us on one of the greatest adventures we've ever done here on Western Extreme. We'll see you again next week right here, chasing something wild out west.
When I look back at all of the challenges that I've faced, all of the hunts that I've been on, one of them that I'll never forget, that I'll always remember, the stories, the adventure, the climb, the difficulty doing it with a bow and arrow, was a mountain goat hunt in the middle of British Columbia.
Western Extreme, brought to you by Bowtech Archery. Refuse to follow. Can-Am. The facts say a lot, but the ride says it all. Irish Setter Boots. The hunt never ends. Shell Rotella. The engine oil that works as hard as you.
It's lighter than I was anticipating, but it's probably about 500 pounds, yeah. 500 pounds of pure... Jim's bag is crappy. See what I get when I get hand-me-downs? Doesn't even work. Oh my god, this is awesome.